You
What
like
the heck, bro?
you disappeared for a second.
I know.
I was scared.
I'm here though.
Okay. You want to see the book that I got?
You really gonna eat on the podcast second day?
You didn't, I
Episode
wasn't
1?
eating. I wasn't eating.
What was that spoon then?
What spoon?
Oh, what book? What book? Oh, cool. You nerd.
My neighbor gave it to me.
Oh.
Yeah. She asked if
Well,
she
that's
knew
nice.
if anybody liked Star Wars, and I was like,
It was just like it's just like a comic or something.
It's like a hidden
didn't
flap
even-
book. It's a hidden flap book. So you open it up, and there's little spots.
Oh, like a pop-up book.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. That's pretty cool.
It was right there, and I just wanted to
That's
tell you
neat.
about it.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, we're podcasting.
Well,
Oh.
yeah, you got me with this, but never mind.
Yeah. Welcome everybody to Dark Eidolon Presents Critical Drinks with your hosts
Andy Aguilar.
and me, Brandon Brooker. So this is a podcast where two friends meet, talk about cool shit,
Mm-hmm.
and they also do something else. What's that?
What you drinking on?
Yeah, drink. So, what you drinking now?
I'm coming again with another White Claw. Yep.
Black cherry.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just coming through with it again.
Mm-hmm. The classic.
Yeah, black
Two
cherry,
shows
we
in a
call it.
row now. Two
Yeah.
shows in a row.
It's a theme. Hopefully they'll call. Like they'll be like, "Hey, these
Right,
guys got
so-
something here."
I'm drinking Native Texan.
Oh, I was gonna say,
I,
I'm not sure what that. I haven't seen that before.
Yeah. Independence Brewing Company,
Ooh.
Texas. It's probably one of my favorite of like the crafty beers. I guess it's just a Pilsner, but
Mhm.
it's just real crisp and refreshing, but hoppy. You know, kind of.
Nice. I like the change.
It's just it's like a beer that you could do more than sip, but like don't chug it. You know, I don't know. It's just good. It's a good Pilsner.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's what we're drinking on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know. So did you write any notes for this week? Because I did.
Let's hear your notes.
Okay.
Because I did not. I usually
find
just
it.
kind of come off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Or I'll have
That's
something
your job.
that'll happen in the moment, and then I'll think, "Ooh, gotta save that for the pod."
Yeah. I do that and I just forget. I'll just forget
Well,
completely.
Okay, so I was gonna say, and then I don't remember.
Then it just doesn't end up on the pod at all.
Yeah, I guess I should take
Yeah.
notes.
Then it's a wasted thought. You're working all the time now, Andy. You have something to think about every moment of every day.
That's true.
Don't-
I'm there
don't feel-
physically,
don't
just
feel the
not there
pressure.
mentally.
Don't feel the pressure. Oh man. Oh, I was supposed to drink rum and Coke, but I didn't. Saving that for when we get into the campaign, when I'm on the open seas
Oh,
on
nice.
some pirate ship. I'm gonna drink some rum.
I like it. I like the commitment to the theme.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
We got some Dark Eidolon news. Obviously, we are live on. I say alive. We're alive on. Because
We
it's not
are-
really a live podcast, but we are alive on YouTube at the Dark Eidolon Presents YouTube. Yeah. So yeah, did you get any responses or anything? Any of your friends watch it or say anything?
I
I mean, it's
honestly was
technically
checking.
only been like a couple days because we're. Yeah, but whatever.
Yeah, I checked it pretty consistently. It was definitely like an ego thing. Like, is anybody watching?
You're like, I watched it 25 times. It's like, oh, that's how many views it has right now.
Yeah. Besides me, what are the views on this thing?
Yeah. But yeah, no one really said anything to me. I got a lot of new followers at on the Instagram, so that's pretty cool.
Nice.
I mean, it's the first time I'm actually doing something on it, so so that's cool. But yeah, other than that, everyone was like, "Good for you." I got drunk. I celebrated.
Yeah, same here.
Doesn't take much for me to be like, I gotta celebrate.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Sunday, and I'm like, yeah.
Right. Well, this is podcast day, so this is celebrating.
True.
And then we're gonna celebrate after this.
Probably, yeah. But yeah, this is our chance to catch up.
Man.
This is us getting in touch, because honestly, there are gaps in between times of us texting or calling or whatever that have gone way too long. So with this, it also allows Brandon and I personally to keep in touch more often.
That's right.
And everyone else gets to benefit. So yeah.
If they want to dip in, it's an open window. Yeah.
True.
Every week we can check in. We're still alive. I was thinking about that too. Like I was like, it's like a video blog with my friend or something.
Pretty much.
Yeah. People are thinking about me. They could be like, well, he's still alive. You know, he's still.
Oh yeah.
Doing
still got
bullshit.
that same haircut. Talking about myself.
But yeah. So we went. The podcast is alive. Oh yeah. Last time we recorded, you didn't know that it was going to be a YouTube video thing.
I did not.
Yeah, you're like, wait, it's gonna be a video? I was like, yeah. He's like, well, I would have fucking did something, not like walked around my fucking room and like.
I was pacing so much. It was so shaky. I was watching like, oh.
It was like, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was like in step with how I was feeling. Like I had to get out of here.
Right. That was. Yeah, but it's gonna be a video podcast. If we don't have the sound, then might as well have like crappy video that barely syncs up.
I think it goes a long way in having the video with it, because again, not only did you get to hear our voices, but you get to see us every time, and
also gives us a reason to like not look like garbage.
Yeah, I was in like pajamas that I've been wearing for 3 days straight.
I'm not saying like you look like garbage then, but like I don't know. I would have definitely just like had my hair all gross.
You were wearing a tuxedo shirt.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was funny. And this week I'm wearing the sick Tales from the Crypt shirt.
Is that new?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I'm wearing
internet.
Murder by Death shirt.
That's what's up. That's the shit.
But earlier I heard you. Yeah, no, right? They're also doing their Stanley Hotel shows again.
Yeah, I also heard that they're on tour. They're like, I guess they're finishing the tour that got disrupted by COVID. So yeah. So, but it sucks because like they had already been to Mohawk, so they're not gonna be coming around to Austin on this one. But they literally tour all the time, so I'm gonna see those motherfuckers again. So
yeah.
But yeah, they rule.
So I keep trying to bring up. You mentioned getting rum earlier for your next campaign. Is there a specific type of rum, or?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really like a rum drinker. I was thinking about that too. Like, what am I gonna do? Like Bacardi? Like
no, don't go Bacardi. Go
like a good rum.
There's like a Sailor Jerry private stock.
Oh yeah, Sailor Jerry. Yeah, I'll probably get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, it's like the pirate shit. Yeah. So yeah.
Got to keep the theme alive.
Totally. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I was thinking about doing rum and Coke and lime.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Because
I was also, speaking of like cocktails, do you remember Tierney? You remember her?
I don't.
No.
I don't remember.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't remember.
But she, she's a friend of mine. She was my old neighbor back in Denton. She moved here. Yeah.
Okay. I know what you're talking about now.
She does hair and
exactly.
Yeah, she's fucking awesome. Plays guitar. She's badass. But she does like cocktails and like does them on her Instagram, and like she'll like post like this badass. She's like a mixologist or whatever. And she's got like the recipes and everything. It's like, man, I'm gonna hit her up and be like, dude, could you like invent like a Critical Drinks like signature cocktail? You know,
Right.
like I mean,
Totally.
I would think of it myself, and I was even like a bartender for 2 years, but like I'm not that like into it to where I can, you know, I'm not like a mixologist. I don't know. There's like all kinds of shit they do with drinks now. I want to be like, give me that deep cut, like weird, you know, thing that you wouldn't think of, you know, not just like it's orange juice and vodka with the maraschino cherry juice in it with the orange.
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool going through like the process, like, oh, this is why this goes with this, or this is why usually we add this to this particular drink because
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah, I find that to be interesting. So I'm into that idea.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
again,
yeah.
like you just said, I can't really make these things, but I'll drink them.
Mm-hmm. What do you think? What would be like the base alcohol of the Critical drink?
It'd have to be a dark liquor, obviously.
Okay. all it is like a double shot of Bullet bourbon with like a fucking, and you drop it into a Lone Star.
Podcast off.
If it goes by like amount of stuff that we've drinking like on the podcast, I guess.
Yeah, if that's the case, then yeah, it's Lone Stars with a side of Lone Star with an extra Lone Star.
It's just a big it's a Lone Star pitcher that you drop a Lone Star pint in, that on top of you drop a shot of Lone Star, and then you dump it all over your head.
It's called the Lone Star.
Drink. It's the Critical drink.
But no, it'd be cool to ask her and like,
Yeah.
just kind of go through the process.
Yeah.
Of what we might have as an idea, and then bounce those off of each other, and then maybe
we should come at her like, we should at least know the main alcohol in it. Like, would it be like a whiskey drink?
I think it'd be a whiskey drink.
Whiskey. I like tequila too, though, and I like vodka. But I think I think together we drank like more whiskey together.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. So I'll be like, it's a whiskey drink. Make something cool. I don't know.
I'm in Texas. He's in Oregon. Go.
What else can we tell her? Like, yeah, there'll be like a shot of or a side of Lone Star. I don't know. It's stupid. Lone Star is not everywhere either. So.
Well, also we got time to work on that. So we'll have to we'll have to work on that. Yeah, exactly.
We'll workshop it.
Right.
Stick a pin in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I do like the idea.
Yeah. That was kind of off the cuff. Let me see. Oh, so if any of you guys were wondering if I care about the quality of this podcast right now, the answer is no. So,
you care. You're just doing what you can.
I'm talking about like technical quality. I mean, I made a bunch of notes like about everything that I hated about when we posted it. It's like the song needs to be louder. The video's not syncing up. Like it needs to be compressed. Like all this shit. I'm just not even gonna. I'm not gonna mess with that until I get some more equipment. Like I want to get a better microphone and some I want to get a mixer that I can like mix like live, not like in the computer.
Yeah.
So that would help a lot. So yeah, so I got some plans to get some equipment later. Yeah. And I'm also thinking about getting a new camera, like a new like webcam. And I have like a ring light, but I've never like used it. It's Ashley's, but I'm gonna be a real YouTuber, Mom.
Nice. Get that that nice lighting right above you.
Yeah. No, it's all about the eyes with like it's gotta have like the makeup videos where it's like the perfect like ring in their eye and it's like this is weird looking. It's like too overexposed. Yeah. Had some like ideas for like the Patreon. Just I want to do like I was thinking about like if we do start a Patreon, like what would we give our fans like extra? Like what's the extra incentive to like pay for the Patreon? And I was thinking like on top of like obvious extra episodes like a month, maybe we could have like a bigger game that we're playing like with multiple people. So like one of us is running like the big Patreon campaign or whatever. I don't know. And it could be like actually edited and like produced with like music and sound effects and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like in the future.
Right, we're still building.
Oh yeah, I'm also going to be doing some readings of weird fiction, like just narrated stories that I'm going to narrate and put music to. My friend Jonathan Messias is going to help with the music. He's the one that does the music at the beginning and end of this podcast. I credited him on the show description, so there's an email there if you want to get a hold of him. If you need anything mixed or looked at, like, hit up Jonathan.
Yeah, I love it, by the way.
Yeah.
Thanks to him for that.
Yeah, he's the shit. I met him in school. Also, I was thinking like a monthly. I'm gonna make shirts, obviously, the Critical Drink shirts, and then
Ooh.
Yeah, and then we'll have like stickers and merch stuff on the Patreon. Just like if you like donate like $5 a month, like you can get like either like a free shirt or like a sticker package or something a month. I don't know. It's just business shit.
Mm-hmm.
Business corner.
Yeah, because we want to put out stuff for, beyond just the pod.
Right.
Beyond just us talking, we want to put out more material. Like
Exactly.
you said, us gaming, us doing interviews, whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we'll use the Patreon once we figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
But for right now, we're just talking on YouTube.
Exactly, just cutting it up.
Right. In Dark Eidolon news, like my art and my shirt designs, I'm getting my friend Glory to do tie-dye for me. So I'm going to have 2 tie-dye shirts available, but she's going to be dyeing them, so they're going to be like... and her Instagram handle is Helen_Vendables, if you want to check her tie-dye stuff out. So let me make sure that is her.
Yeah, handle. That's always important, right? You got to make sure you get those handles right. We're still new to this, so.
Helen, Helen, HELEN _Vendables, VENDIBLES.
Nice.
For all your tie-dye needs.
I'm sure we can add
she,
some of this at the, in the link at the end of the episode and all that too.
Totally. And I don't know if she like takes like tie-dye requests, but I know she makes her own stuff and sells it. So there's stuff's out there. So
very cool.
Check it out. So yeah, that's as far as notes go. I think. Well, then we're gonna like try to figure out when our Mortal Kombat throwdown's gonna be.
Oh, that's right. I think my hands have finally recovered. I can jump back in.
Yeah. I mean, really, it's whenever, man.
All right.
But I'm saying, like, I'm going to go train a little.
Can we go into the mountains and train?
Like, sweep, uppercut.
That's how fast can you cheese?
Yeah. No, I don't want to cheese either. I want to do it with style. That's why I want to, like, get all the shit down.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I have one strategy. I don't block.
I challenge you to hit me, and then you hit me, and I lose, and it's not the greatest strategy, but I have fun.
Dude,
so.
Try to hit me, motherfucker. Try to hit me. That's the thing. Or it's more like see if you could hit me more than I hit you in one round.
Right. I'm gonna take these hits, but I'm gonna hit you the whole time.
Oh yeah.
Eye for an eye and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Also, I just don't want to like have all the moves on the screen and like just be I don't know. I want to be like, I come correct this time. I was in the dojo. I've been in the dojo.
I put in my time.
Yeah. Oh shit, yeah. And then I have another segment that I'm gonna have to bring back next episode.
What is it?
It's gonna be called For the Weirdos. For the Weirdos. And it's just gonna be the weird fiction that I'm reading that week. But I didn't read anything, so.
So
did you read anything?
Weird fiction, is that like a specific is that like basically like H.P. Lovecraft adjacent stuff? Or I'm not sure what that means actually.
Yeah, like weird fiction or like science fiction or horror. Yeah. anything that I'm like. Usually it's like weird fiction's kind of like, to explain it would be like sword and sorcery. Like Conan the Barbarian was kind of known as like weird fiction.
It's like Harlan
I
Ellison
should know
stuff.
the actual definition of this, but I'm not gonna look it up. But yeah, it's like cosmic, and it's like how the story is told. I guess it makes it weird. Yeah, cosmic horror. But then there's like cosmic horror too. Like it's really just an umbrella phrase, because there's like weird sci-fi. You know, there's weird horror. There's weird crime stories. I don't know. It's just an umbrella for all of them, I guess. Yeah. But I didn't pick one this week. I'll do it next week.
And I didn't really read much, but again, I did have this. So
tight.
Before bed, just just open a couple flaps.
You're like
trying to find out what Bossk the Bounty Hunter's up to.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And then I put it down right next to me, and I call it a night.
Fuck yeah, dude. I love it, dude. I just like I just like lay down, just go through a couple flaps.
That's what they are.
I know.
It's on my nightstand.
I like to get a few flaps in before go to bed.
I get so sleepy though.
You falling asleep like opening a flap, just like I missed the last flap. I fell asleep.
What happened to Bossk?
That shit rules. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so some heavy shit.
Yeah. And I say let's save Double Dead stuff for next time too.
Oh my god.
If that's okay.
What did you say?
Oh, you're still dying?
What did you say?
Oh, I was like, I'm thinking we should just like save Double Dead stuff for next time.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll hold off on that. I haven't thought of any more on that yet.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the last thing before our main segment will be Call of Cthulhu news, like what happened in our game club. If y'all want to know about that.
Oh man, this last campaign did not go very well.
Well, it's kind of part of the game. Shit's like not supposed to go well in Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, I was just. Well, should I talk about it or should we hold on?
Yeah.
Okay. So where we left off was recovering in that farmhouse. So it was us kind of like shooing all the people away that were there. I went through that whole ordeal, and I always do this when everyone tries to go to sleep. I always offer to be the guard or to do the first watch because I just want to get it over with, right?
You always remember though, like not everybody remembers to like keep a guard, keep a watch. So
right,
that just means you're a really good player.
Well, that's also like the character's kind of like what he does. He always wants to try to help people, so he's always going to try to like volunteer for something. Yeah, but I should have known. I went outside and there was I think there was some sort of scurrying that was happening outside, and I saw a rat, and it came into the light of the lamp or whatever it was that I had outside, and like a dummy, just like in the movies, I went out to see it to kind of further examine with my lighter and everything. And I think that as I turn around to see what's behind me, the rats cut me off from the house that I just walked out of.
Yeah,
having to like jump over him or jump through him or whatever. I think I got through easily on that first try.
Yeah, you did.
So I get back into the house and I do what I have to do to try to open the door.
They were all like scurrying under the door. Yeah.
And so they're blocking my passage.
Yeah. But there's like a bunch of like a fuck ton of rats. It's like 100 rats or something. It's like the biggest number I can think of right now. 100 rats.
It's like 100.
It's like at least 100.
There's like this many. It was a swarm. It was a fucking horde of these rats, and they actually blocked my passage. So I was trying to like light my cigarette pack on fire to like, get more light in there to try to get them out.
Yeah, you succeeded.
Yeah, so I was able to do that. I was able to get back inside. I think I was able to wake up Matt's character, and as I'm going up the stairs to try to wake up Andrew and Chad, I think at
Mm-hmm.
some point I don't make it all the way up the stairs. They don't even hear me.
Well, no, you did. You did make it up the stairs. Like Matt, like saw you like burst back in the house, and he like jumped up on the kitchen table and started like
That's what it was.
throwing. He started throwing potatoes and onions at these rats that are like climbing on top of themselves, trying to get up to him. And you like run upstairs. You make it upstairs, but like all that while that was happening, some bullshit was happening upstairs where Chad and Andrew were, because the rats like beat you up there and already got into their room, and they were fighting the rats. So like Chad ended up well, they ended up like breaking the table legs off the nightstands and like using a survival roll to like he like extremely did it, or like did it badass, and he like made like a torch out of curtains and like the table leg. And so they're like trying to like move the fire around the room to kind of scare these rats away. And like I made them roll intimidate checks for it, which I don't think that's really, but I did anyways. I don't care. But so Chad like fails his intimidate check. So I'm like, all right, these rats are like the opposite of intimidated. Now they're like actually just pissed off at you. So they attack him, and they like end up going up his pant leg and like up his legs, like, and like they start to bite at his like crotch. It's like, am I gonna get my dick bit off? Oh, that's funny, man. But yeah, so it ends up being like a vital strike, like a critical. It was like an impale, pretty much. Like it's like it took half his HP in one attack. So he ends up losing consciousness and fails his luck roll because he was holding a torch. So the torch catches the bed on fire. So the room's on fire. Andrew's like, ah, as all these rats everywhere, and fucking Chad's unconscious. He like moves or maybe it was before he'd caught the bed on fire, but he moved the bed to block the door, which I never understood why he did that. But I let him do it. I made him do the strength check to do it. But that like fucked you up, because you came upstairs and you went and you're like, oh yeah, I grabbed the door. I'm gonna open the door, and I was like, yeah, you can't open it. And like then I heard Andrew was like, oh yeah. And, like, so you're like banging on the door and shit, and like, all right, I'm gonna go get more help, or some plan was made, and then you ran back down the stairs.
That's what it was.
Failed your dexterity roll because there's like rats covering the whole floor, so you're like tiptoeing on them and shit, but you like try to go down the stairs, and you just like your foot lands on just like a meaty one, and just like, and then you fucking fall on your butt in a fucking horde of rats. And they covered you, and then they did yeah, you already were like down some HP, weren't you? Or something happened.
I dexterously got through them, but not unscathed. So yeah, I was already down some hit points at that point.
Yeah. Well, you took damage falling on your butt, on your tailbone, like super hard, and you like scooted down into them, and just waves of rats just going over you.
I was pulling some like earnest shit.
And then all that accumulated biting was like another like impale. And actually you went down to 0 HP.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was at 0.
You fell unconscious.
Yeah, it wasn't with a major wound, so yeah. I was unconscious. I wasn't dying. I was just unconscious.
So it wasn't a major wound. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
No, no, that's not true. No? You had to make a death save. Remember?
I must have been a little tipsy at that point.
Yeah. You had to make a death save. Yeah, you made it. Because I remember everyone was just like, yeah.
Yeah, I for sure thought I was gonna die. Also, Theo's moving shit around, so he just moved my phone.
That's okay. Theo's a cat. So.
Yeah, Theo's my cat, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I at that point, I guess like in character, I don't really know what happens, and I wake up eventually. I think in the back of the car, right?
Well, no, they went and got you. You were still on the stairs. Because
at that point, I'm still unconscious. Though is what I'm saying. Like I wasn't aware that.
Oh right, yeah, they had to
carry
you. They had to carry you to the car, I guess. Yeah. And they did first aid on you there. And then what'd you do?
Well, they attempted and they were just terrible at it. And I'm basically our medic, right? Like I am the one with the most skill points and that sort of thing.
Yes. Yeah.
And I asked them, I was like, how do I how do I look? What's the damage? And they just told me it looks bad. Like you are from head to toe covered in these bites. And there's by these fucking alien crazy ass rat things. So in my head, there was a previous encounter or a previous experience we had with one of our group members drinking this like whiskey from the farm, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I asked, like, whiskey. And I forgot who. Someone was like, I don't know, this is a good idea. And I just kept like, grabbing his sleeve, like, whiskey.
And then Norwood, Matt's character, is like, don't do it. Don't drink the whiskey.
But I had seen what happened to Andrew's character with his hand because it was all gross before, and then I don't know if he drank it or he poured it on it, but he recovered, right?
Yeah.
So in my mind, it was like, boom, I get a little drunk and I get healed.
Yeah. And it worked.
Yeah. Good as new. No repercussions whatsoever.
You drank the whiskey distilled from the Blackwater Creek.
Mm-hmm.
So if any of you Call of Cthulhu players know what that means.
Real deep cut.
Yeah, it's a deep cut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're running Blackwater Creek, written by Scott Dorward. Scott Dorward, one of the good friends of Jackson Elias, which is a podcast that you guys can check out because it's really good. If you want to know anything about Call of Cthulhu or horror games or horror in general, they're the ones. They also developed like the 7th edition. They did a lot of like work on that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they're like the main dudes besides Sandy Peterson, the writer and creator.
Just talking about that made me brought back all this anxiety.
Yeah.
Sort of sweating.
Oh, then you had a fucking shootout with some bootleggers.
Oh shit, yeah. That's right. Mm-hmm. Woo. Must have been
tipsy. That was an eventful night. Yeah. But you made it out alive and sane for now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember shooting a bunch of times, but just not hitting at anything.
Because you were in like a moving car. Like Norwood was like driving, like running over fools and shit. That was crazy. That was a really cool combat scene. Yeah.
It was very like action packed for a Call of Cthulhu campaign. Usually, action does happen, but it's not usually the whole thing, the whole night. Well, that was cool. Definitely a fun night.
I wish all you guys were there. But but to kind of segue, you guys will be here for these games because I am writing a Call of Cthulhu campaign from scratch. This will be my first scenario to write from scratch, so I'm pretty excited about that, to have the opportunity to share that learning experience with everybody.
Well, this is your first Call of Cthulhu from scratch, though, right?
Yes.
You've written a few others for Pathfinder.
I've written Pathfinder campaigns, yeah. I got pretty well versed in Pathfinder, even though every time I look at that fucking game, I learn how to play it again. It's like, shit, I didn't know that was a rule. Like, what? It's like this? And then I've been doing that completely wrong the whole time, But that's just how like crunchy Pathfinder is, But
some of the rules are kind of open to interpretation. A little vague.
Yeah.
A little.
It's more like just do half the rules. You're fine with just half, but there's like another half of rules the whole game that like they're just so convoluted and it's just too much,
It's like you can do all this.
Are we even having fun?
Yeah. It's like you can do all this, but if it's Tuesday, you can't. So it's like, wait, what? It's a weird kind of thing to add on to that.
Right. Oh.
Going for another. Nice.
Yeah. As well. But
so you'll be writing that one.
Yeah. And I have a name for it now.
Oh, so, let's hear it.
I don't know if the name gives anything away.
Okay.
Fuck it. I don't think it does. I think it's cool because your character is a baseball player, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this campaign or this scenario is going to be called.
Spit it out.
It's going to be called the Festival of Dreams.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah. So that's the name of. Do you have a name for the Pathfinder campaign?
Well, there was one previously that I kind of had as like a blanket one, but it's starting to change so much because I'm starting to put so much of my own spin on it. I don't want to call it the same thing because it was the Desperate People's Pact.
Right.
Which was like, these missions that you would go on. But it's with the way it's going, I'm drawing a lot of stuff from Pathfinder, so it's not all completely original. I'm using some of the locations and some of the stuff like that. But as far as what you're gonna go through, that's all me, baby.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. Sick.
And it's gonna be pirate themed
so
or like sea themed.
So it's definitely gonna be in a Galarian.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Because I did make my character. His like homeland is definitely my creation. But
right, which is in my mind, I'm like, it's from the other, another continent across the sea, because we're taking place on Galarian, which is like the inner sea region. So you're from here, just not from here.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, just say it's another continent. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, exactly. There's only you're only seeing one part of the map, so
the
really there could be all kinds of other things. Yeah, exactly.
That's right. Okay. So you want to talk about our characters?
Yeah. Do you want to start?
We rolled them. Well, what do you think? You want to roll a d20 to determine who goes first?
Okay. Hang on, let me grab mine. So the higher roll wins, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay. I got a 2.
I got a 14.
All right, you go first.
Okay. So my character, my name is Fritz Greyhouse. I'm a rat folk, eldritch scoundrel, which is a it's a rogue that can do magic. Like it's a rogue wizard, multi-class kind of type thing.
Very cool.
Yeah, I'm male. I'm 24 years of age. I'm 4'2", so I'm considered small. I'm little.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah. I weigh 80 pounds.
Dang, you're beefy.
Yeah. I'm athletic. I have my fur is all gray. I'm a gray mouse.
Cool.
Gray house or a gray gray rat. Yeah. And then I have dark green eyes that kind of like light up. Not like light up all like Marvel style when I do magic, but they brighten with a sense of intent and will behind them, when I do my magic spells. Yeah. Oh yeah, my homeland is New Bastion. I don't know the continent's name. It's something I haven't made up yet. But New Bastion is a town that I created, or a walled city that I created for a path campaign that I've been running for a while. But it's a very diverse. Well, it's a pretty diverse city. It's mostly human, but there's like a big population of rat folk and halflings there. So I can speak halfling. Yeah, it was a good city, so that was its alignment. So I'm also good, and I'm from actually the borough of what's it called? Oh, Bandicoot Village. That's the name of that's my borough from New Bastion. Yeah, and that's where the majority of the rat folk live is in Bandicoot. And I'm an ex-captain of their like secret service of the walled city, known as the Hollow Branch, and Fritz was pretty. He was a captain, so he was pretty high up. He wasn't like necessarily like a fucking agent or anything, but he was close friends. He was in the company of Thurlane Ladok, which was my character in that campaign, and he's the one that kind of like showed him the ways of magic and like being a rogue and how to like be an eldritch scoundrel, pretty much. So he like trained under Thurlane Ladok.
Yeah, sensei, for lack of a better term.
Yeah. But anyways, sad story. he ends up being exiled from his beloved city of New Bastion because he I didn't do it. I didn't look up the name of this character. But
It's okay.
the certain councilman, the council leader of Bandicoot Village, the rat folk guy, Fritz had like a relationship with his daughter. Like they were kind of like not so much like Romeo and Juliet, but like this council like leader didn't really like me very, very much for some reason. Even though I'm like super charismatic and fucking awesome. He like would not like he just did not want me to date his daughter like at all.
Yeah.
So
I'm just taking notes, sorry.
but we did it anyways. You know, we did the whole like kind of hid our relationship from him and pretty much the public eye since I'm like, I mean, pretty high up in the town or whatever. I'm known, you know. But turns out this council leader, was like fucking around with like evil forces. I found out that like his like assistant or whatever, I don't know what, like vicer or whatever, it was like communicating with some weird soothsayer like witch outside of the walls, and like he talked this guy into going to visit this witch to get advice, and that witch was like working with like this sorcerer that's working for this pretty much preparing the New Bastion and everything south of the last mound, preparing it for the coming of this great army, this like conquesting like evil army known as the Ferenskis from Nightside, and they're like taking over all these territories. I don't know if you remember
the Terror from Nightside.
That yeah. So it's pretty much that crazy vampire alien that you fought in the first campaign that I wrote, the Ferenskis. Remember? Yeah.
That's what we're playing at.
Tying all that in too. Yeah.
We're playing at what's his name's house?
Austin's.
Austin Tinius.
Yeah. So yeah, I find out he's like doing this shit. So like I confront him, and like we have pretty much this like battle, this huge dramatic feud, you know, where I'm going up to fucking the Citadel, and I'm talking to like the fucking town leaders and shit, being like, this guy's doing this and no one's really like believing me or like really going with my, you know, what I'm saying, because they're like, well, you're just saying this because he doesn't want you to date your daughter, so you're obviously making stuff up. Like this is like he's been the council member for like 70 years or whatever, I don't know, or some shit. Like he's a super trustworthy guy. It's a good city, you know. But the only one that believes me is Thurlane. So we end up having, I don't know the details, I haven't made up the details yet, but I end up killing him, you know, through some shit happens. And so instead of me being like executed for killing a council member, like through Thurlane's influence and like also my service, they decide to exile me from everything south of the last mound, and I'm like devastated. So I lose like my love and my city and my job and all that shit. So everything north of the last mound I haven't really made up, but like his time there outside of, you know, the last mound, I would think that Fritz would probably try to do good as much as he could. So I'm thinking like he joined. These are some more details I gotta kind of flesh out. But this is how he gets arrested or, you know, shipped off. The thieves guild that he was in were like a Robin Hood type guild, would steal from, and like stealing and like really fucking with these like evil motherfuckers, whoever it may be. But they just get straight up like caught, you know, like the majority of them get murdered, but he was one that, you know, survived, and they end up like selling him to slavery or whatever the fuck. And he's pretty much just imprisoned for a while. Yeah. But that was like his like before life. That's why he's so old. 24 years old. He's ancient. Yeah. For a ratful.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot happened in those 24 years.
But yeah, you're exiled, and that's why you're brought to Galarian, because you can't be on that continent anymore.
Right.
And
Yeah.
through this council members, connections, and also Thurlane's, because otherwise you would have just been executed.
Yeah.
That's why you're brought here and brought into this situation that you're going to be brought in. I don't want to tell too many details just yet.
Right. Yeah, totally. But yeah, so that's kind of like his like major backstory. I mean, I haven't filled out like names or super details yet.
Yeah.
But that's like a review of it or whatever.
There's still time.
But as far as my skills go, I'm pretty badass. I have weapon finesse, so obviously I could use my dexterity instead of my strength for my attacks.
Yeah, makes sense.
Sick. I'm a rat folk, so I got a +1 to my armor class because I'm tiny. What else is really cool about him? I have evasion, so that means no half damage for reflex saves. So
that's good.
If I pass or fail a reflex, there's no half damage.
That's really good.
Yeah. Special ability. Oh, I'm a scroll scribe. That's like my that's my profession. Actually, I'm a scribe. Like I like make magic scrolls and I sell them. That's kind of how I make money on the side. Before I got imprisoned, I guess. So I'm able to like create my own spell scrolls, which is going to come in handy.
Nice.
Since I have minimal spell slots. Let's see. Oh, I have alarm sense, which is kind of like trap sense, but I can detect magic traps, which is within like 10 feet. Yeah.
You have like an enhanced Spidey sense.
Yeah. I have sneak attack, obviously, because I'm a rogue.
Oh, always good.
I'm considered unnatural to animals, so like I have a +2 AC against animals. So if like an animal attacks me, I have a +2. They're freaked out by me for some reason. Yeah. You just see like dogs barking at me, like.
You're like, I'm the alpha now, bitch.
Yeah. I'm a rat person.
Yeah. I'm 4'8".
I'm 4'2".
Oh, excuse me. My bad.
Yeah.
4'2" and 80 something pounds. Like I said, you're meaty. You're beefy.
Yeah. I have dark vision up to 60 feet, so that's handy.
Nice.
I have this thing called Cornered Fury. So when I'm at half my hit points, I gain a +2 to attack and AC. Which is pretty tight. Yeah, which is real badass. That's just like a rat folk thing. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, those are all like racial traits.
I'm finding out that rat folk are like badass. They're like they're smart.
Rat folks, halflings,
dexterous and shit. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, okay, so I have this thing called Intense Spells. Since I'm an evoker, that's my like specialty magic school.
Mm-hmm.
So that means like anytime I do an evocation spell, I get to add half my level to the damage, which is tight.
Dang. That's good.
Yeah. And then I have this thing called Force Missile, which is pretty much one single magic missile that I can like do 3 times a day, but +2 more times because of my intelligence. So I can like cast magic missile, and I get to add half my level damage, or half my level to the damage. So I can just pop off like magic missiles whenever I want.
That's really good considering you starting out at level 3.
Yeah.
And even if you don't have anything like on you, like weapon wise or anything like that, you still have all these spells, right?
That was like the cool thing. I was like, man, if I'm gonna be a prisoner, then I'm probably not gonna have weapons, but like at least I have the magic to kind of like I can do some shit,
Yeah.
Still, yeah.
Makes sense to me.
So speaking of magic, I wrote my spell book. But see, that's another thing about wizards.
Are you gonna have it?
Am I gonna have it?
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
I can't give away anything just yet.
Yeah, so this is my spell book. My arcane school is evocation, like I said.
Right.
My opposition schools are divination and necromancy, because I was like thinking like I'm a good character, so like the 2 schools that I think are kind of like, necromancy obviously bad. Like I don't want to fuck the dead because I respect the dead. And then divination because I kind of like in my moral thinking like it's kind of like cheating. Like I don't want to like tempt the fates like that. I kind of believe like if you like try to divine and like tempt the fates, like it kind of there's a karmic like backlash that could happen. So that's why I don't really fuck with divination. So those are my 2 opposition schools. And then so I got a bunch of fucking cantrips, obviously, and the 5 level 1 spells that I have in my spell book are Magic Missile, Dodoy,
Standard.
yeah, Shocking Grasp for
Always
Heather.
good.
For Heather.
Yeah. Grab the testes.
Yeah. And then I have the spell called Dancing Darkness, which is like dancing lights, but opposite.
Oh, but okay, that's cool.
It creates a darkness, so I can like slink away because I'm a rogue, obviously.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
And then I have obviously mage armor, since I can't wear
Always
armor.
good.
I can't even wear light armor. Like,
yeah, you wouldn't be able to cast spells.
So on my sheet I wrote regular clothes, 0 bonus.
T-shirt.
Unless I can have some fucking cool robes.
No.
Hint. No. All right, and then my last spell is Vanish.
Nice.
So
yeah, you're gonna get some like splinter like robes, where they're just kind of like old and musty.
Yep, and I could write my own scrolls, and also I have craft alchemy, so I could also make alchemical concoctions.
Yeah, you're very handy.
I guess the last detail. Oh, my weapons are. I got a short sword, a short bow, and I have 10 throwing darts.
No staff?
Huh?
No staff?
No.
Oh, you're a rogue. What am I thinking?
I'm a rogue. Yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
And and the last detail is I have a perform skill, and my performance skill is flute, because I have a carved, like I crafted this flute that I play. That I'm pretty good at it. I'm not like super good at it, but I'm learning. Yeah, but I crafted the flute myself, so it could like not even be good.
You're like on my.
I've made songs on it. That's what I'm saying.
And you're like on my continent. I am like amazing.
You want me to roll to perform?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Oh shit! I rolled a 5.
Okay, you like it's like it's been a while. Like you brought it out. And
like... All right, so I take out my little like cooking knife, and I start to carve on it a little bit more, and I was like, man, maybe this hole's just not big enough. Like, how big are the holes supposed to be? Does that alter the sound at all?
I assume.
Okay. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, you got this.
Okay. All right, so he's an aspiring flautist.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. And yeah, that's it. That's Fritz Greyhouse.
I honestly can't wait to see this character in action.
Yeah.
He's gonna be.
So you want to take a look? Yeah.
Oh, I almost said exactly what I. Never mind.
I
almost gave away some stuff.
Away.
Yeah, I know.
Don't give anything away.
I think I might have, but maybe not.
So, yeah, I'm excited. And then I have all this gear that we're just gonna take away.
Well, again, I had you put it down that way. You know, we'll see. Who knows?
Yeah. I made some scrolls and made some alchemist fires, but you're probably not gonna give them to me.
I made specific notes on stuff you're
and
just
my
not gonna
star
have,
charts, and my compass, and my parchment and ink and quill.
You're gonna get like whitey tighties and your flute, and that's it.
Please let me have my flute. What if I have to stick the flute up my ass to like get it on the shit?
Like you didn't have
to do that. Carry this
flute
in my ass.
Like you could have just said, "Can I keep this?"
For 4,000 nautical miles, I had this flute in my ass.
This ass right here.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Anyways.
I'll talk about my character for a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, we still have a little bit of time here.
Let's take a break, but let's don't take a break.
Let's keep it going. Yeah, let's keep going. I like to keep going.
Yeah. No editing. This is punk rock.
Yeah, exactly.
Punk rock. Yeah.
But for the Call of Cthulhu campaign, my character is Douglas Ramon Garcia, and he's a third-generation Hispanic baseball player who lives in Brooklyn, New York. And his family and everything that was born in Mexico, and they came over. So he was actually born in the States. So he's like the first one to be born over there. And basically, he's like a minor league baseball player, but who hasn't been able to like advance into the pros, like into the majors, because it's the fucking 20s. Like it's still
right.
Fucking...
Apparently, that's pretty rare, I guess. Yeah.
Right.
I guess because there were so few teams, right? There wasn't that many teams. Well, I don't even know.
Amongst other things, the color barrier.
Because even the Call of Cthulhu, the books even mentioned something about like minor leagues being kind of like, it was like really hard to get into the major league or whatever.
Well, it's like on top of all that, there was just a lot going on at the time. Like you said, there's only a certain amount of teams, and it wasn't exactly something you can make a living on. Like a lot of those dudes not only played baseball, but had like their basic jobs on the side as well.
Sure. Yeah.
So with my character, he's still going to have that tie to his family, which is, I haven't gotten into what business or whatever they happen to do, but he's going to have a strong tie with his family, and a lot of this campaign is going to be revolved around like family, right? Like you said in the title of it.
Yeah. The Festival of Dreams.
So as far as like financials go, not the richest guy, pretty standard. Like across the board, like a lot of his stuff is actually pretty average. Like he's not an idiot, but he's not exactly incredibly smart. Like he's basically a good athlete is what it boils down to.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. He's at minor league level, brother.
Yeah, exactly. He's good. He's good in the minor leagues.
Right there, like anything above, like for your strength and dexterity, if you were to get a few more points extra, you would have been like Olympic like status. But like you're right at like you're definitely competitive, and you're comparable, to playing in the league that you're playing in. So yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, so he's gonna be he's gonna be playing in the minor leagues. One of his like connections he's gonna have is a person that he grew up with. And it's going to be like the pitcher, because my character personally is going to be the catcher, so I figured that would be like a cool connection, the cool like friendship right there.
Yeah, and he's your childhood friend.
Yeah
Y'all grew up together.
Yeah, so and it's like me coming over from the States. This dude has like a extremely white sounding name, Porter Buckman.
Porter Buckman. Was it Buckman?
Yeah. Porter Buckman.
Yeah, it was Buckman, right?
Yeah.
Buckman.
So, like, we made it so that my first name is very, quote unquote American sounding.
Yeah.
But everything else is super Hispanic.
Yeah. Douglas.
Ramon.
Doug, though.
Doug, yeah.
We thought that was a good name for the baseball thing, too.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. But I was like wondering, like, do you go by Doug, or do you go by Ray, or?
I would think people who know like the background would go Hispanic middle name,
right? Yeah, Ray.
And then people that are like baseball orientated, other than the best friend that I have, go by Doug, or they refer to me as Doug.
Yeah. So, what is your like? Oh yeah, keep going. I don't want to.
No, it's okay. Oh, what were you going to say?
Well, like what? So we determined when we rolled that you have like you live in a big house with like some extended family too, in the same big old house in Brooklyn. Like, what do they call you around the house?
Ramon.
Ramon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And I guess they're mostly Spanish speaking in the household.
Exactly.
Yeah. Cool.
I mean, I put that down as one of my skills too. As far as like language, because I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Well, then, would your character have a thick accent, or no? Probably not.
No.
Your third, yeah.
Yeah. At this point, it's kind of like, I mean, have you heard my voice?
Yeah. Right. Oh, yeah.
Not too much. That's not. I'm Hispanic, but it's not. It doesn't sound like it.
You have to do some Brooklyn shit.
I'll have to work on it because he's gonna be from Brooklyn. That's for sure.
Dialect.
Brooklyn.
Yeah. So okay, cool. And you said you haven't decided what your occupation is besides baseball is yet.
Yeah,
I'm
I
pretty
haven't
sure
figured out.
I would think it'd be working with your family, like your dad's business.
I just haven't figured out what
whatever
that
that
business
may
is.
be. Yeah, we have to look up the 20s, like what was going on. Well, you did kind of mention. We'll talk about it. We'll just talk about it.
Yeah. Well, to be for the next one.
Okay. We just rolled this character,
right, literally before we started this. Yeah.
But okay, so what else about your character?
I mean, as far as like what he can do, again, it's mostly evolved around like athletics. I made him really good at climbing, at dodging, at being able to throw. Like he's maxed out there. Just makes sense. He's a catcher. He's a baseball player. He should be able to just huck anything.
Right.
And made his jump really good. So again, like he's athletic. He's gonna be able to do all that kinds of stuff. He's also gonna have his prized possession is gonna be like his baseball bat with his like catcher's mitt as well.
Yeah.
Because it's like what's allowed him to like fight back against like everyone else. Like when people try to throw a ball at him, he gets to fucking send a yard.
Yeah.
And then he's also got a 22 because you got to be packing some heat.
He's got a little 22 short pistol. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So yeah, as far as how he gets involved, like with the quote unquote Cthulhu mythos, I'm curious to find out.
Yeah. Well, what is let me see. So what's his sanity points?
It's pretty low. It's only 40. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. That's a pretty low sanity score. I kind of want to.
I get it.
I might want to add something to your backstory, something tragic that might have like fucked you up. Like it doesn't have to be like super like it doesn't have to be Cthulhu mythos related. It could be just like life in like something like some affliction that you had like mentally, or something happened, in your past. It would be cool if it had something to do with your great grandfather. Maybe.
Okay, yeah. I'll work on that then.
Yeah. Just to justify the low sanity score. It's not low. It's just kind of like.
No, I purposely gave him a low one.
Yeah. Well, that means you're gonna lose your shit easier, which is gonna be tight.
Makes sense. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. Yeah. I might be setting myself up for some tragic shit.
Yeah. What's your hit points?
10. That's pretty standard though.
Pretty standard. Pretty in the middle. Yeah. Cool. Did you pick any like weird skill? Like, what was your like interpersonal skill that you picked? Oh, I think it was dodge, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Because he's got to be like, yeah.
That's right. And you didn't write down any like other skill that you made up?
Okay, no. Cool. It's like with the basics.
Sweet. Mm-hmm. So what about your personal description?
Well, personal, like I was looking it up, and as far as 1920s baseball players, they all pretty much look the same. Clean cut, short hair, just baby face for the most part.
Yeah.
Usually with a big old thing of like dip in their mouth or something like that. Yeah. So he's gonna be.
Guys? He's gonna be one of those.
I'm not into that. But he's gonna be 29, going on 30. So even though he's like quote unquote like older, he's still gonna have like a baby face.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be relatively like handsome, clean cut, and everything like that.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be a really relatively good looking dude.
Right.
Generous, even though he doesn't make that much money, meaning like whatever kids may or may not go to these games, like, talks to him, whatever it may be. So for the most part, good dude. He's very much against racism because he's been experiencing it being in the minor leagues, not being able to progress any further because of it. So that's another like part of his personality there.
Yeah.
And just like most kids growing up, you kind of remember what it was you're doing. So the thing he holds dear as far as like the location is like the Sandlot growing up, like the baseball field that was like, not really a baseball field. And like he kind of just went out there.
Where you and Porter played?
Yeah. And Porter Buckman down in the Bronx, maybe on the streets or something. But so that's like my the treasured location. It's all like baseball and like family orientated for sure.
Yeah. Totally. Hell yeah.
And it makes sense, like New York at the time, that's where a lot of it was, happening. There's like 4 or 5 teams in New York.
Yeah. Cool. I think that's everything, right?
Yeah. I think I went over like treasured possessions, meaningful locations, significant people, and all that. It's his best friend Porter. I mean, obviously he holds his family dear, but like the significant relationship is his best friend.
Cool. And then you got you got your assets, you got the big house, and then you have your car, which is the old family Model T car that's around, that's still running though.
Yeah, it was like a 1908
it's like
Model
kept in
T.
like fucking badass condition. Yeah. The 1908 Model T. So, and it's gonna be 1927. It's gonna be October.
Oh shit! I didn't realize it was that many. 19 years, whatever.
Yeah, it's gonna be but it's like you guys kept up with it. It's fucking awesome. Yeah, because it's like the family one. Like it's like I don't know. You guys probably have more cars, but I'm just saying it's like the old one that like has been around.
Just like my dad, he likes to keep those things running for as long as they can.
Same, my dad too.
Yep. It's a dad thing apparently.
So that's it.
Nice.
Those are our characters.
Hell yeah.
I
am looking forward to these.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to fucking playing. We're gonna be playing next time on Dark Eidolon Presents Critical Drinks with your hosts
Andy Aguilar
and me, Brandon Brooker. And we'll see you next time. Maybe in another place and time or another dimension altogether. All right, guys.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.